Ready to find out what's going to happen to you in 2026? Love life, career, shadow work, obstacles to avoid, things to definitely grab hold of. As the actress said to the bishop, choose one of these cards. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Don't overthink it. I'll see you on the other side. Number 1, welcome. Come in, sit down. Let's choose you. Oh, I like this. A couple of oracle cards to kick off, and I already know which deck I'm using for you as well. Woohoo! Righty-ho. Okay. First of all, we have the here and now. So there's something still to resolve wherever you are when you're getting this reading. You're looking towards the future, you're wanting answers for the future, but there is something you do not know yet that has not been revealed to you yet that I don't know why, but I'm guessing you have half an idea about. So in other words, there's a whiff of it, there's a flavour of it, there's maybe been some hints of it. If you're in kind of your high priestess mode and you've been maybe not wanting to know, you could have been pushing it under the carpet. We will see, but the other card that you get is the truth be told. So I might as well, here's your first spoiler, number 1. It will come out in 2026. So if someone's been wearing a mask, if you have been detecting that there is something behind what you're seeing or hearing, you're going to find out. Now, let's take those and zoom out a little bit. That's better. Now, you're working with the Mystic Maiden's Tarot, among other cards. So I'll bring in cards as and when we need them. Give us some idea, please, an overview of what's leaving us in the current year that we're in and what's coming in, or what we need to now focus on. So we've got Temperance. I think that's what's leaving us. Oof, yes. Fortune favours the brave for you, number 1. What's leaving is Temperance. But actually, I don't mind that. Because when Temperance... Sometimes, well, no, right, let me rephrase, definitely. Temperance is a great card. It's about seeing things from both points of view. I'm going to wager I'm talking to the empaths and the people pleasers, okay? You know who you are. There's something about facilitating a situation or facilitating other people that the universe is kind of calling you out on here and saying, no more Mr. Nice Guy or girl, no more. You need to activate a part of yourself that I feel has been welling up and now wants some expression. We then get the Ace of Wands coming in. Oh my God. Gorgeous, gorgeous energy. But Kundalini energy. And also sparks, magic wand. I mean, honestly, and not meaning this in a kind of a porny way, it's big dick energy, across the board. Doesn't have to be to do with love, romance, or any of that stuff, but it's definitely to do with you stepping up and if you're not feeling confident, fake it till you make it at the very least. But I think there are moves for you to make. There are bold moves for you to make. And it all hinges on needing to know about the truth of a situation, needing to not pretend, needing to not smooth over, to not placate. Yes, speaking of BD energy, King of Wands, very nice. Kind of looks a bit like Lily Allen, which is definitely good, okay? We're definitely in keeping with the energy of like, smell you later. Okay, so we've got this energy. You can see it here. It's no F's given. It's probably not what you're used to and definitely not what those around you are used to. This could create some, well, no, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This will create some fiction. I don't know why I can't speak today. Friction. I don't know about fiction, we'll have to see. It will create friction among those around you. So if this is at work, this could be quite explosive. You could want to have a very open conversation, a very robust exchange of views with somebody. And I'm honestly not sure you can avoid it, but I don't know if I recommend it. I think it's something that's going to happen anyway. So I would say, okay, if this is a work issue, make sure you're squeaky clean in every department. You know, make sure that you're CCing the right people on emails, make sure that your confidentiality stuff is up to date, make sure that you know where all the bodies are buried and no one else can find them at work, okay? Not literally. If there is something about accountability, I just get that they will have everything on you. So you need to have everything on them, or you need to at least know where everything is so that it's not a surprise to you. I feel like 2026 for you could definitely be a year when you step into a new role, a new career, a new you, but not in a sort of making, you know, New Year resolutions kind of a piffle kind of a way. I'm talking in terms of you're exuding a new power. You are holding yourself differently. If you can get the chance to do any kind of physical stuff that involves holding your head up high, and I know that sounds weird, but things like doing yoga or doing Pilates or just focusing on, especially if you look down a lot or you find eye contact difficult, focusing on looking ahead, having a straight spine, taking up your presence in the world, the here and now, not being afraid to take up space and not worrying so much about the outcome, because you're not in the same space that you were in the year that you've just left. That was a year where you were future thinking quite a lot. There was probably quite a lot of anxiety, rumination, and wondering if the other shoe was going to drop. The year that we're coming into, it's king and queen energy. Even if you have a smidge of worry about that, which we all will, you're not letting it out. You're not spending nights and nights ruminating on that. It's really important. Decisions are made on a fierier basis. You have the element of fire with you this year. Doesn't matter what star sign you are, okay? You're moving with the element of fire, the element of spark, the element of wand. You've got that BD energy. You've got like this sort of Lily Allen energy where you're calling out a situation and you're not really too concerned with how it reflects on you. You're like, I know who I am. I know how I'm walking the planet. What about you? You know, it's got a real bite to it. Okay, card at the bottom of the deck. Oh my God. King of Swords. Another big player. I don't mean that in a player energy. I mean that in a, you know, on the chessboard, you rule. King of Wands, King of Swords, the truth. Now, you need to speak the truth to get the truth. That's a channeled message that I'm getting, okay? Speak the truth to get the truth. Be the truth to receive the truth. Big channeled message, and we will look at relationships in a minute as well, love and relationships. Chicka chicka. And there will be an extended reading for number 1, number 2 and number 3 where we just go even deeper, we channel messages, we pick apart the love stuff in particular, but also the shadow stuff and whatever comes up in this reading. So if it really resonates, you can find the link in the description box. King of Wands, King of Swords, the truth with assertiveness. I assert the truth. I use my magic wand. I'm not playing fair necessarily. Fairness and truth are not the same thing this year. Okay? I'm going to say that there are some circumstances where you're absolutely not playing fair. And I'm here for it. Oh my God. Look at you, King of Swords, Queen of Swords. Come in. Okay, this is like the power couple. So this could be a love life thing where you find someone you can go toe to toe with, but someone who can go toe to toe with you, particularly verbally, intellectually, in the ideas realm. But also this can be in colleague relationships at work. It can be in your friendships. You are holding yourself up higher. You're kind of taking the pedestal. And I really like that. And anybody who wants to work with you or wants to be with you romantically or wants to play whichever way needs to match you in truth, in value and in intensity. Some of you have, I won't be all of you, this is for a small group of you. There's somebody who is very wibbly wobbly with the truth. It's waffy, it was scattered, it was half true. I think you didn't believe it at the time, but maybe you wanted to believe it. Okay, yeah, look. And we get the 5 of Cups. Yeah, it feels like you need to move on from that. So that may still be hanging about in your energy, but it's not rocket fuel for you now. It's something that you need to maybe grieve a bit further, maybe examine a bit more, but you're doing it with the cloak of goodbye. Okay? Not the examining. I'm getting also like an Inspector Clouseau channel with a magnifying glass. That's it. No more looking at things with a magnifying glass. Whatever happened, happened. Whatever truth they didn't tell, they didn't tell. To be honest, the search is demeaning for you and takes away from your energy just by looking. So don't bother. Don't shine the spotlight backwards. Okay, I want to take a couple of shadow cards for this. What's the shadow side that we are shining a light on? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. The Ace of Wands. This is the shadow side. In whatever this relationship was, and this can be a love relationship, it can be many of your relationships, you were not in a position of power, and I don't think you can go back and rescue that. I don't think it's important. I think in looking back to rescue it, you lose even more power, and this is not a year where you can afford to do that. Okay? Yeah. 4 of Swords. Rest, digest, and recuperate from that situation. It was very affecting to you at the time, and I understand that. But don't let it live rent-free in your head or heart. Leave me a comment, please, about this, because it's really important. Don't let this, and drop your star sign in the comments, don't let this live rent-free in your head, your heart, or your soul. Okay? And do hype the video, by the way, if this is really resonating. I want to take one more shadow card. The hype is, if you're on a phone, you hit the like button, scooch along like you're on Tinder, scooch along like you're seeing this person on Tinder, and you're like a big fat swipe left to you, and you will see hype. Okay. Yes. The Emperor. Not just who's viewed you on Match.com. I know. The Emperor comes in, And it's about you taking that place of the emperor, you becoming the CEO of your own life. You need to get in the driving seat. You've been a passenger in the year that's just gone. You've been a passenger, and do you know what? Maybe because I know that you're an empath and I know that you are psychic, and sometimes you sort of know that this is not the year for stepping up. You're like, this year I am going to psychically coast. And there's an energy of not, what's the word? Not engaging in things that are too painful. Okay? Oh. Okay, we obviously hit a sensitive spot there, because when I said that you are taking like a psychic sleep because it's too painful to confront certain things in the last year that's gone by, the computer kind of froze. I know, it was like, how does she know? Oh my God. Speaking of which, 5 of Swords. So what this is talking about, the 5 of Swords is Venus in Aquarius. You had feelings about a situation. It could have, and there's a lot of red going on. So it could have been anger. And especially for my lovely empaths and psychics out there, we are normally not brilliant when it comes to anger. We tend to stuff it down, be polite, try and make the other person feel comfortable, you know, not necessarily let it out there in the way that we should do. Okay, so let's take another card for that. I notice as well you've got the 5 of Cups, you've got the 5 of Swords. 2 5s going on in the situation, 2 disruptors. Tell me more. Yeah. 4 of Pentacles, there it is, holding it all in. Now, I would also say that 2026 is a great time or great year, or at some point, for somatic body work, because you have a lot of anger trapped inside you. And for some of you, this goes back such a long way. For some of you, you've been keeping secrets that, I'm getting the channeled message, keeping secrets that were not yours to keep. And I don't know why that is, but I think you do. Keeping secrets that were not yours to keep, that you also, I don't know, it wasn't doing you any good to keep it secret, but you felt that you had to. So this is feeling one thing and saying another. And it's also deeper than that, in that there are some secrets that should never have been a thing. They should never have, they should never have been yours to keep. That's what I just keep getting for you. And you kept things to yourself, you stuffed feelings down, and I think physically there is a need, not in one great big long, you know, woohoo, just let it all out, because that can be really overwhelming, but to remodel yourself as something where things come in, because you're definitely a filter if you're an empath. Things are going to come in whether you like it or not. You're going to be assaulted by other people's feelings, and you know, even walking down the street, and let me know in the comments if this is resonating, you will be picking up on the psychic noise of walking around. But this is about something where you picked up on something psychic, maybe when you were younger, maybe a few years ago. Some of you, it relates to a toxic relationship, that it's like you sensed a dark cloud and then you carried it with you, and then you didn't want it to be visible. This is all channeled that I'm getting. So you swallowed the cloud and it's all inside. And this can lead to musculoskeletal problems, backaches, headaches, especially like jaw aches, neck aches, frozen shoulder. Think of all of the ailments that mean something is locked, that something is immobile, that something is stuck. It feels like that. So in any way that you can release this, that you can move your body, whether this is in, you know, and it's different for all people. Not everybody wants to do yoga, okay? I mean, I like yoga. I'm not very good at it. I'm not very consistent. It does work for me psychically though. So whatever your thing is, it could be kickboxing, football, walking, I don't know, jumping up and down, getting a trampoline. Honestly, it's very personal, but do whatever you can for that, okay? Let's have a look at love and relationships. The need for boundaries. You need to be very boundaried when it comes to love relationships. Now, this is friends. Why can't I've got? It's like I have no vocabulary today. I was going to call them special ones. I mean romantic partners, you know, other halves, whatever you want to call them. Lovers, friends, lovers. There is a need for you to match, because remember, it's the 9 of Wands. So it's protection, but with fire. Look at the red hair. OMG, I'm loving this for you. Red is your... It's funny because I'm sort of wearing sort of orangey red. Red is your colour for 2026, can I just say? And make use of that. Red hair, wearing red, red earrings, even like being at home, if you can get like a lovely red blanket, some red socks, red knickers, whatever, okay? Red is a power colour for you, and anything associated with it as well. So if you want to buy a house and it's got a red front door, you know, any of those things, red car, yes. You get the 4 of Swords. Your body and soul needs a rest. So any relationship that is going to come in for you, or that's going to stay, or that you're going to give house room to, has to be a relationship that can be kind to your nervous system. A relationship that's simpatico. And that goes for toxic friends as well, okay? You've got no room left in the tank for toxic lovers and toxic friends and people who want to plug into your energy. It's fine if it's the right people, because that's an energy exchange and it's reciprocal. But the ones who just want to use you like an electric car charger, it's a big no for that, okay? It's not going to be easy for you to do that, and I 100% understand, but difficult things are worth it. Okay, in the extended reading, I'm going to look further at the shadow side and at your love life and your relationships and the best way forward for you. Okay? Oh, look at that. And you will be doing yoga, whether you like it or not. I know, it's a bit advanced, isn't it? That one's a bit like, I can't even do the one where you stand up and pretend to be a tree. I fall over just doing that. Being flexible, okay, in your body, I cannot stress that enough, and I am not the exercise type, okay? So we're going to get some different decks out. I said decks. We're going to get some different decks out. We're going to go further into your love life, love, and relationships, and do some more shadow work. In the extended reading, you will find it in the description box in this video. And if you were attracted to more than one, there's a special bundle deal where you can get all 3 extended readings. Okay? I'll see you on the other side. Namaste. Hello, number 2. Let's choose one of these oracle cards for you. Okay, you've got 2 oracle cards. They actually chose themselves. We like to encourage that here at Gemstone Tarot, because it just makes the cards that bit more powerful. I already know which deck I'm going to use for you as well. I had a real thing about fire and ice come in. And I was like, ooh, ooh. You get Imagine and you get Higher Power. I am making this on an extremely stormy and windy day. Okay, which you can probably hear. There's like bins flying around in the street. There's telephone wires like bobbing around. There is something here for you in 2026 which is, I'm going to say, a bit magical. I don't yet know how, but I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so I'm going to take an Enchanted Veil Oracle first, then I'm going to start with some Icy Tarot for you, because I'm seeing this ice, which is very interesting. Okay, let me know, Enchanted Veil Tarot. Now, Enchanted Veil is making me think of you, number 2, because there is something here about the veil. There is something about being beyond the veil. Oh, I love this. You get the sunflower. Turn towards what nurtures you, and you will grow. Now, that seems like quite a mild card, but it isn't. Remember, it's kind of full of seeds. Ooh, hello, yes. And you get mushroom. Progress often happens at the most unexpected time. Okay, interesting. And I want to look at the bottom. As the actress said to the bishop, and we get gate. Not everything is meant to be seen at once. This is all the same thing, isn't it? Some truths require timing. Now, of course, what we're talking about here is divine timing. Often a bit of a... It's so funny. Just as I'm putting them away, I can see this, the clock. Time is both a friend and a thief. Use it wisely. Okay. But we're talking about divine timing, which can be a bit of a grand old pain in the arse. You know, it's nice and it's all very glitter and unicorns and it's all very necessary. But if you're on a timeline or if you're really wanting something to happen, it can be a pain in the arse. So let's just acknowledge that for a start. Okay. So let us have a look for you, number 2. What do we need to know for number 2? No. That feels awkward, but I'm going to take it. Yeah. It feels exactly like that. The 4 of Cups. Contemplation. But it's very, oof, God. 10 of Cups. Okay. This is quite melancholy when you get the 4 of Cups. You know, there's usually a chap sitting under a tree. And when we go sitting under trees, unless we're very peaceful and we're reading a good book and it's summer and whatnot, we're kind of metaphorically sheltering and physically sheltering. We're under the arbor, you know, we want to be under an umbrella of protection. It feels like you may be patching something up. I'm getting kind of channeled messages about bandages and band-aids and patching trousers. You know, when you used to be at school, you know, particularly if you're an 80s child, and your mum actually used to patch things up for you. Especially if you were into sort of skateboarding or climbing trees or whatever. And the 4 of Wands. See, this is very nice, to be honest with you. But there's something, and I sometimes get this in love readings, there is something of an ice between you and this happiness, which could be, you know, your forever dream, maybe of a certain job or career path. It could be, with it being the 10 of Cups, it could certainly be your dream of a happy ever after relationship, or, you know, a relationship that is very love orientated. It feels, and with the 4 of Wands, the 4 of Wands is what you will get when you get Imagine and you get Higher Power. And then you have the 4 of Wands. It's like there are opportunities opening up here for you. And they're kind of cosmic and they're in divine timing. And I'm now getting a really weird channel for you that I really like, which is the divine timing train. And it's like you're on the divine timing train and there is a map with some stops. Jesus, there really are bins blowing down the street now. I think the cars are going to be next. There's a map and there's stops. And the Four of Wands is like, a bit like, you know, in Harry Potter when they have that secret platform. It's a bit like that. It feels like there's an opportunity opening up for you here. For a lot of you, this is about spirituality. It's about healing. It's about becoming a healer or becoming a spiritual teacher, starting a business. It's all mixed together. And it's all quite unseeable. You see how we've got these very drifty cards up here. And this higher power. It's like you're going to come into contact with your higher power. And the universe is waiting for that so it can connect you with something or somebody. Now we're going to look at love and relationships as well in a minute. So it may also be that you will become more connected in your love and relationships when you walk through this gate, when you spend some time in contemplation and maybe a bit of time. I mean, this is not the Five of Cups, you know, this is not where you need to look at old wounds particularly and you need to have a really deep dive about that. We're not in that territory. But we're definitely in a stillness. There needs to be some stillness. Maybe you're waiting for the divine timing train, you know, and you're just taking that opportunity to stare at the whatever's around you at the station and to tune into what it is that's ahead of you. This bodes very well with the Ten of Cups. The Four of Wands means that it's coming to you as a spiritual portal. What might be standing in the way of this, please? Let's get a couple of shadow cards going. I don't know why I had to 80s DJ the shadow card bit, but I did. Okay, what's standing in the way of this? I'm detecting like a lack of confidence. There may be some cynicism. I mean, I don't know about 2025 as a year. Someone on my channel described it as a bit flat. I'd say yes to that. Bit flat. Okay. Ooh. King of Cups. You may have been attracted to number one as well. Seven of Pentacles. I'm going to take one more. Two more. One from the... Oh, there it is. One from the top and one from the bottom. Oof. Lordy. Okay. Oof. Well, there's segues into relationships, probably. We've got the King of Cups, which is an emotional king. But when he comes up as a shadow card, there is a sense of wavering, being unreliable, being ghosty, being an apparition, or just being, if you can imagine the King of Cups, he's on a throne and that throne is always kind of half in the water. You know, he's the poet and the dreamer and the mystic, and on a good day you won't meet anyone more interesting in the pub. Notice I said in the pub because a lot of King of Cups, they're associated with alternate states, okay? You also have the King of Wands. In a shadow card, this is a player. There may have been a relationship, Eight of Cups, that ended because somebody was a player. Now this may be something where you've encountered this a lot in your life. Let me know in the comments section. It may be just this one particular person. We've got the Seven of Pentacles as a shadow card, which is the ability to be able to see things for what they really are and to gather the harvest and to just look at it in the way that a farmer looks at a field. You need to take a good look at something here. And in 2026, you're going to have the opportunity, in a very wide sense, to examine your relationships, maybe to help other people examine theirs, which is interesting, and let me know in the comments because I'm very interested in that. and that won't be for all of you, but for some of you it is like becoming a therapist, becoming a Reiki healer, or becoming an advisor or a teacher of some sort, so that the things that you have had trouble with, you are also kind of healing other people with that, which is a very interesting twist, and I like it. But most importantly, this is about you. And the Eight of Cups as a shadow card. Ooh. You know, the Eight of Cups, all eights are cards of movement. But the Eight of Cups is a card of movement, of feeling. And it is generally that you have, and it is here, where someone's got their back to the viewer and they're walking away. And sometimes the cups, very often, not in this one actually, but very often, are placed at the front, like here kind of thing. And the person is, I mean, the water kind of represents the cups. Person's always got a cloak on and they're always like heading off wistfully into the distance. So, wistful or not, okay, there has been a breakup here. There has been, I think 2026 is an overhaul of your relationships, especially anything to do with players, or because this is not a traditional player either. This is not an obvious player. This is more like a quiet person, or even like a geeky person, or just somebody who's not, you know, Dr. McDreamy or whatever, but just you thought you could trust them. And this might not be last year, this might be years ago, but it still has this very indelible mark on you, okay? You felt you could trust them. They may have been very ordinary, or they just may have been quiet and likeable, you know, and they turned, and I got this the other day for a reading. I get the bit, and I am not saying Pirates of the Caribbean is a film worth watching, you know, I watched it with the boy when he was young. The bit where something changes in the film and you realise that everybody on the ship is a ghost. You know, up until that point, for some reason you don't. And something happens, like it goes from black and white to colour, or it goes from colour to black and white. I don't know what it does. But I'm getting that for you. That there was a moment in a relationship where, and you may be in this relationship at the moment, I don't know, but it feels past because of this shadow. A moment when you realised everything was like a ghost. Gosh. Okay, tell us a bit more, please. Tell us where the Ten of Cups is coming in, because frankly that's a lovely card. Yeah. Ten of Cups, you get the Ten of Wands. There is some baggage that you're carrying into 2026. And you may not even know that you're carrying it. And as you move into 2026 and as you go through the year, there's something here about this higher power, about this very cloudy Imagine card, which is, it's really offering, no, I get it. Okay, now I get a hot air balloon as a channel, and you're having to, you got the basket and you're having to throw the sandbags out and let it go, okay? You're throwing stuff out of it so that you can rise. You need to rise above this. And there is a sense of, it's not trickery, it's heaviness. And it's baggage, and it's not conducive to these rainbows, to this sky, to this higher power. Tell us a bit more. Yeah, like this, the Magician. You have the ability to do something magical, to transmute pain in a way that I feel you haven't had before. You've been a bit stuck with it for whatever reason, and it may have played out in different relationships. It may have been bullying at work, it may have been difficult WhatsApp groups, it may have been in a romantic relationship, but either way, it's like it's on repeat, and you're carrying this with you, when you can almost think of that as a magic wand. You're like Shazam, or you know, abracadabra or whatever, and you can make this pain turn into power. There are some likenesses to number one as well with this that I do get. In the extended reading, I'm really being called to do a you and them side by side reading. It's going to be very interesting, I can already tell. Oh God, I love that you get this card. This is so good. So, so good. The Fool. I feel like you are reaching the end of a probably quite painful and difficult cycle. I feel like the universe is encouraging this to happen. It's not the easiest thing in the world by a long shot, okay? But it is worth it. I just want to take, not one of those, one of these for you. I don't know why I want a Mystic Maiden Oracle, because I kind of get that you have got the skills, number two. Please let me know. And do hype the video if you've got this far. Thank you very much. And also, to hype the video, you find the like button on a phone and you hit it, and then if you go left, 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 you'll get the like button. You have to go past, like, I don't know, remix and all those weird things, clip, and then it's like hype. You can be like, yay. Ooh, I get the Herbalist, Organic Remedies and Natural Healing. And this may just be for yourself, okay, but for some of you that could be a thing. Oh my God, I love that. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I've never seen that one before. It is mesmerizing. Oh my God. The Earth Guardian. Working with the spirits of nature. I don't need to pull any more for that one because I got it. Love it when that happens. Just love it when that happens. God, that is you. That is your card. Okay, end of. It doesn't matter how you do it, and it will work through all your relationships, but certainly as well in your, you know, it's kind of career, but it's also just your spiritual path, which then can become a career. The spiritual path comes first. Making it into a career is natural. It's going to happen easily, okay? Right, I'm going to do the extended. We're going to do you and them side by side love reading for the extended for this one. It will be in the description box. If you are resonating with 1, 2 and 3, there is a special bundle deal and you can get all 3 extendeds and just get yourself cozy, get a nice blanket in this wintry, windy weather and just binge watch the whole lot while getting through a packet of bourbons. That's just me. I'll see you on the other side. Namaste. Number 3, I've got a feeling this is going to be a good one. Okay, let's get the cloth ready. It's going to see some action. Filthy weather outside. We've got a storm, but I feel like it's good for tarot. You know, it's like Mordor out there or something. Woof. Okay. We get Y. Oh, it's so difficult to choose. Hang on. Do that as well so I can see it. Right, come on. This one and that one. All right. Bloody hell. Number 3, there's going to be exceptions to the rule for you. Just make a note, I am the exception to the rule in 2026. You are the exception to your own rule. You're an exception to the rules. A little bit of rebel energy that I've got coming in here, and I'm liking it. So we start off with why, which of course, here we've got this, I'm going to say, is it a young woman? Yeah, it's a young woman who's looking at this book that takes off. It has wings. It's curiosity. It's asking why. It's not conforming to the received wisdom. And this is across the board. So this is in your love and relationships, and we'll look at that down here in a minute. And it's also in your career and your work life. Exciting times for you. You are going to be the one who leads the change and makes the change. And also in terms of your own personal circumstances, you're front and centre, and I'm liking that. And to that end, we have the fork in the road. Number 13, same as the death card in tarot. And literally, I love this because it is a fork, okay? And what's on those signs? Does it say? No, it's just different signs going in different directions, but you come to a fork. So this way or that, okay? So it's not crossroads where you've got 4 opportunities. It's a little bit more like this way or that. You know, go this way, go that way. And this, no place like home. And this doesn't necessarily mean your own actual physical home. It's about getting comfortable with yourself and who you are. And the fact that you are not going to just go along with the grain. I'm going to stick my neck out here and say you're going to be going against the grain. Okay? Ha ha. Now I'm going to do for you, and this is interesting because you may be also attracted to number 2. Let me just find the cards that I want to find for you. This is really important. There they are. Let's take one of these because I'm really feeling it. It'd be hilarious if you get the same one as number 2. So I'm going to shuffle. Let's do a big girl shuffle. Oh. Oh my God. I don't know what to say. Okay, so I did a big girl shuffle and 2 cards popped out, right? And I'm going to be straight up with you. These are the 2 cards that number 2 got. And normally, if I hadn't shuffled properly and they hadn't just jumped into my hand, I would question it. But I'm not going to question that. It is what it is. Okay, we get the Herbalist and we get the Earth Guardian. This one in particular is very, very important. Oh, you get a 3rd one. Hang on. Ooh. Yes, you do get this one. Of course you do. Okay, here's an addition because nobody puts number 3 in the corner. You also get the Seafarer. So let's look at these, right? This one is a strange old thing and I love it. Working with the spirits of nature. Now, number 2 got this, and number 2 got this very much in terms of kind of being the hollow bone and their life path. For you, I'm getting it in a slightly different way because we have this card, the Seafarer, which is very interesting. The Seafarer, adventure, exploration, resilience. This is the rebel. This is the person who sets out not because they know something is there that they want to see, but because they want to find out. There could be nothing there. It's a risk. And there's something in 2025 about you taking a risk of some kind. Now, of course, you are in charge of what you do. You know, you are your own person with control over your own life. So you decide when you take a risk or not. But you're at a fork in the road. I have a feeling playing it safe is one way and taking a risk is the other. But you've got to get your timing right for this as well, because sometimes it's time to play it safe and sometimes it's time to take a risk. And, you know, if you're travelling a path, not every bit of it needs to be jeopardy. Not every bit of it. I'm kind of getting, though, and this is interesting, so I'm getting Lord of the Rings, the film, and I am by no means an expert, okay? So it's weird that I'm getting a channel for it, because it's not even really my style. So there's a bit when Gandalf and all the boys, they're on this very craggy edge. And it's a complete nightmare, actually, and that card is for you. You're getting your cards in a really weird way. You're on this craggy edge. They're all there. Frodo, him, the lot. I think it's the bit when he says, "Thou shalt not pass." And it's just, for someone with vertigo, hideous. It feels like your path is not a nice flat path through the woods. It's a little bit more of a cliff's edge of a path. And it's like the expectations on you for 2026 are pretty high. But having said that, and I can see a bit of blue sky and sun in a day that has been like a thick cloud of storm. Storm of cloud? Cloud of storm? Whatever. I can see a bit of blue for you, which is very nice. Okay? Righty-ho. Fortune favours, yes, look at you, good. Fortune, we'll look at these in a minute. The brave, for you. You're stepping into who you've, oh my lord, who you should have always been. Cripes, I'm loving your cards, not going to lie. Let's have a fifth one. No, do I want it bottom or top, as the actress said to the bishop? Neither, hang on. Oh Lord. Well, well, well. Don't mind if I do, number 3. Okay, first card. The Tower. This is one of my favourite versions of the Tower, actually. I love this deck. If you want to know what this deck is, because everybody always asks me, and I probably should have told you, and I never remember to do it, and I'm not financially connected to the person who makes them. It is the Mystic Maidens Tarot by Hattie Thorne, with the Mystic Maidens Oracle by Hattie Thorne, which is the companion oracle set to this one. One of my favourite decks of all time, actually. But anyhow, right. The Tower. There is unshakable knowledge coming in, or I'm even going to call it unshakable proof, in 2026 for you, which is very satisfying, very lucky. It moves you, with this 6 of Swords that we have here, it moves you from a place of peril into a place of calm, and I'm very pleased to see that. It's not pretty and it's not easy, and you do have to break the eggs to make the omelette, okay? There's something about this Y card, there's something about you questioning things, there's something about you being a bit difficult actually to manage, perhaps as an employee, perhaps as a lover, perhaps as whatever. You're becoming the seafarer. You're ready to rumble. And this is even if you are as quiet as a mouse, empath, you know, introvert, don't like to stick your head above the parapet. Look out, because this is your year and fortune favours the brave. I can't say that enough to you, okay? Fortune favours the brave. There you go, I've said it again. Right, we've got the Tower. And then we've got this gorgeous Justice card. There's a karmic reset here when you get justice like this. There is... the universe wants to settle a score. And I really like it. And I'll tell you what else I get as well. For some of you, I see this as a young child who was curious as to why things had to be the way that they were. And never really got a satisfactory answer. And it's like you can now ask that question. I love this for you. Okay. This is a redressing of a karmic imbalance from a very long time ago. It has a knock-on effect on love and relationships because we have this spectacular, I mean, that is such a beautiful card. I love this card. The Two of Cups. A union, okay? It's a shake-up, to be sure. It's a challenge which, and this is weird, but I know this is going to resonate with you. It's a challenge set by your younger self and posted to your future self. Gosh, I love that. So a challenge set by your younger self, posted to your future self like a time capsule. Like a time capsule message in a bottle, because we've got this Seafarer card as well. And I'm curious to know. I'm just going to look in here because I want to know. Gosh, yeah, there it is. In your little pile here of oracle cards that we had at the beginning is this card. Actually, nearly all these cards are relevant, so I might have to just go through all of them with you. Okay, I'm going to do that. I knew your reading was going to be a big one. Okay, justice, karmic rebalancing, karmic redressing of things, bleeding into your relationships, but in a good way. This could be a resurrection of an old relationship, or it could be a karmic settling with a new relationship. Interesting. It takes you from difficult, choppy, to something. It's not still water, because it's not completely plain and still sailing, because it took the tower. And frankly, if you're going to have the tower, it's going to have aftershocks on the water, okay? But because fortune favours the brave, you're ready. You're ready to get in the boat. And then you sail straight into the Ace of Cups. It's like a reward. Now, the universe doesn't necessarily directly hand out rewards for spiritual adventurers, but sometimes it does. And I'm really feeling, because the Ace of Cups is also self-love, and I'm really feeling a congratulations from the universe for being so daring, for making your move, for not giving in. I love this for you. Can't wait to do your extended love reading. Okay, let me just look at these cards because they tell us a story. We start with Time to Go. Time to Go is a power card. Sometimes you're turning your back on a relationship. Sometimes you're turning your back on a behaviour. Sometimes you don't even know what you're turning your back on, but this has become your runway. You've got your tutu and maybe even some wings. Love it. And as you go, your path, not only have you got bunting, and let's face it, bunting can only be a good thing, but your path is just being lit up. Yes, this is like it's a power move. I can't call it anything else. It's a power move. And it comes next to another power move. This is a chessboard, not for you. There is a fortune cookie with nope written on it. Always see that as a 1980s serving hatch between the kitchen and the dining room. Can't help myself. There is whatever game of chess you were playing, you win. I know, it's nice to be a winner, isn't it? Then there's this card, Message in a Bottle. This is the card that I saw that's in your bunch. I knew it. You're child self, whatever age, 5, 8, 3 for some of you, sends yourself a time capsule, a message in a bottle. I think there's even a telephone there. It's a message in a bottle. It's called a Kleon with a K. And it's about messages coming. And even this looks like an information tower. It just looks like, you know, that it's 1950s kind of communications tower type vibe. Your child self sent your future self a bottle, a message, and now it's time to do what needs to be done, what always needed to be done, and you're brave enough and you know enough, and the universe supports you with the Justice card. Okay? Between worlds, moving from this monochrome, unknowing world into full colour with a tiara, if you don't mind. Love it. Again, come to the edge. This is not easy. This is not comfortable. You are like a hermit crab. You carry your home on your back here. There may even be home moves for some of you, which can be scary, but actually it's all an adventure. Normal time has no meaning for you. Divine timing has all the meaning for you. Remember to breathe. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Along with the Y card, you get the Thinker. God, I'm going to have to get rid of myself now to make room for the cards. You get so many cards. Okay, the Thinker. The Thinker and the Y card go hand in hand, because they are both cards of future exploration. Again, the seafarer, the explorer. Now, these are very interesting and we need to be very careful with them. Never-ending story. You cannot afford to get caught up in old stories or tropes or hooks. You will not go round and round in circles, okay? In the extended reading, I'm going to do you like a combination of you and them side by side reading and riffing around all of those cards, because clearly there's a hell of a lot to get through. Exchanging gifts. You are looking for someone to meet you toe to toe, and you are looking for an energy exchange, not an energy drain. The building blocks, which also go with chop wood. I never normally pull this many cards, by the way. It's just not my style, so I'm afraid that's your fault. You're the one doing the channeling here. Chop wood and building blocks are both about taking care of your 3D business. So this is about no place like home, making sure you're secure, making sure you take care of what needs to be taken care of in the 3D world, making sure you clean up only your side of the street, making sure that the revelations that you get from the Tower and the Justice, and this comes into your relationships, that you know who you are exactly, that you love yourself, that you believe yourself, that you were right when you were little, that you sent yourself a message to your future self saying you were right. And you don't lean over and sweep anybody else's stoop but your own. And then we get round and round. Gorgeous card. You're getting there. It's not linear. It's a spiral. It moves upwards. I'm going to go and do your extended love reading. I can't bloody wait. The link is in the description box, which will be below the video, for extended reading cards number 3. My brain is completely gone. Let's do it. If you are attracted to more than one, get the special bundle because it's much cheaper. I'll see you on the other side. Namaste.